Well, let's go back to the studio and we can hear the thoughts of Paul, of Scott and Natalie.
Welcome back to Match Day Live. So 0-0 at Anfield. I'm still joined in the studio by Scott Carson and by Paul Dickov. Scott, what did you make of the first 45?
I think it was probably, from what I've seen, probably one of the best performances at Anfield for probably 5 or 6 years, from what I can remember. Obviously, it is 0-0, but I think in all aspects of that first half, we've dominated from pretty much the first minute. I think they probably Liverpool had a little spell probably just after the half-hour mark, but we've literally dominated the full half without probably creating as much as we want to. Really, we've had a couple of half chances, but I think we just need that little bit of composure in the final third to get a clear opportunity. But I think it's been a really positive first half.
Yeah, dominated possession. I think it's 60% possession for City in that first 45. Restricted Liverpool to no shots on target. I don't know how often that happens at Anfield, even this year for Liverpool as well. So, yeah, completely agree. Paul, how about you? How do you assess the first 45?
Yeah, like Scott, I think they've been dominant. Probably the best, and I'm Scott saying the best we've played at Anfield in a long, long time. It's the best I've seen us play in a half against a top team in a long time. You know, I think we've been defensively really, really sound. Mark Gay has been absolutely outstanding. We're causing Liverpool lots of problems in the wide areas. You know, Semenyo's coming inside, and Kerkers doesn't know where to stick or twist sometimes. You know, doesn't know where to go in with him, which is leaving the space down the side for them. On the other side, Nouri's causing Szoboszlai a lot of problems. And the midfield was just dominating. I'm slightly surprised at Liverpool. You know, they seem happy just to sit off and get everybody behind the ball and look to hit us in the break, where Liverpool teams of recent at Anfield, they're the ones that's in your faces and making it really difficult. But if anything, we're the one that's pressing them and making them give us the ball back. Just got to be careful in the longer ball. You know, I think happened once with Wirtz and Ekitike, where Guy defended it absolutely fantastic. But yeah, really good. But as Scotty said, you know, it's 0-0 and maybe just a little bit more quality in the final third.
There's parts of that first 45 minutes where City were relentless, Scott. I mean, Liverpool, obviously, historically, and with Arne Slot, are largely a team that like to have possession. I mean, especially Anfield, it's what that Liverpool crowd expects. But City have stopped them. They've stopped them being able to do that today, which is really impressive.
Yeah, I think it was like what we spoke about before the game, that we couldn't give them too much time on the ball. And to be fair, I think how we've set up and how we've pressed has obviously helped with that. And like you said, and Liverpool are looking like they just want to have that one ball over the top and hopefully finds one of the runners. But I think, like you said, Mark Gay's been fantastic, and I think what's obviously helped as well is Nouri's pushed on. He's went a lot higher, and I think when the fullback does that, you need your centre half to come across and be solid for when that ball does come. And every time it's come the ball went towards Mohamed Salah, Guy's been there and he's won the ball, and we're 2v1 on that side. So I think it's going to be crucial second half that we can give Nouri the ball as much as possible and try to exploit that 2v1.
Yeah, I think Nouri's been so impressive since he's come back from AFCON. Talking about Mark Gay there, obviously throughout that first half, Paul, every time he got the ball, you could hear the loud boos from the Anfield crowd, which I think is quite surprising. He didn't turn them down. The move didn't happen.
Through no fault of his.
Through no fault of his at all, right?
Which I'm glad it didn't happen at the same time. Yeah.
Me too, Paul. But he's just been so calm and so composed. I imagine that's just going in one ear and out the other, or if not, it's fueling him.
I think he seems the sort of character that any noise from the outside won't bother him. I think we've seen that in the summer when his move did break down. We spoke about it before. But it's not just how quick he is, it's how he can get defenders that are quick but don't read the game as well as he does. And he's always in a position, as Scotty was saying there, on Net Nouri's bombing on, he's always wary of that space down the side. You know, his positional play, and I think Kuzanov looks fantastic alongside him as well. So defensively, I think really, really solid. I mean, as you said, Natalie, to keep Liverpool down to no shots on target is probably a rarity at Anfield recently, but we need to capitalise on that. It's all right sitting here at half time saying how well we've played, how good we've looked as well, but with the possession we've got to start creating chances and more chances with it as well.
On the defence, though, the first 20 minutes or so, Scott, when we were playing out from the back, and every time we did it, I was screaming, and internally I was frightened. But as the half went on, I think that's more my nerves, because although I felt nervous, we still looked in control.
Yeah, I think that's like what I said before about the manager. He'll have been reiterating that all week about we can't just change our game because we're at Anfield. We can't just go the long ball because it just doesn't suit. It's not the City way. It's not how he wants us to play. So there is obviously going to be a little bit of risk with that playing out from the back. But every time we've done it and we've got out, we've ended up being on the edge of their box, and that's exactly what Pep wants. And I reckon I think he'll have went into that dressing room at half time, and I think he'll have been delighted because he's seen his team play and have that courage to go and get the ball in on their own penalty box and want to play, and I think he'll be really happy with that.
Yeah, really happy. I'm really happy. We're really happy. We just need a goal in the second half. Let's find out how happy FG and Michael Brown are. We're going to go back over now, pitchside to Anfield.
All right, half-time at Anfield. As you can see, I'm finally joined by Mr. Michael Brown. Brownie, I'll take this off you and make it look a bit professional, sir. You're looking great. Great first half of commentary from you. Listen, a good performance. Just lacking that goal, that final touch at the moment.
I think the possession's been good, the control. I think the surprise of the way Semenyo's come inside, they've now dealt with him, haven't they? They've looked to sort of say Kirker's go and join in because he's getting the run in behind. Marmoush has looked sharp. Great battle with Erling Haaland, Virgil van Dijk. And then Mark Gay has had some good duels as well. So Nico O'Reilly important. So we've seen a really fascinating tactical first half. So we need just to put one in the net, don't we? I think that's the one.
You're a bit out of breath, Brown.
I've had to run. Have you seen the commentary position, right? If anyone can get a look, it's literally right at the top of that. I had to get a lift down. It was stopping everywhere, FG. I should have left a little bit earlier, but...
No, listen, we were enjoying your commentary right until the half-time whistle,
maybe
as we always...
another minute, shouldn't I? But I was just thinking, City are going forward, there's going to be a goal. I didn't want to miss it, FG.
Yeah, I mean, look, from a perspective of being in the away section, it's a content away section, but it's a away section that I really, really want in that next goal. We played really controlled, like you said, possession-wise has been really good.
Good to win.
It would be lovely to win.
Good, just to win.
In the goal, just over there with the supporters here. That is probably set up nicely for an away section moment where they can score the goal.
They're waiting for it. They don't get a lot of joy here, as we know. So today's the day. It's sat ready. I think the manager will be really pleased. There will be a reaction.
Yeah.
We've studied, haven't we, at half-time so many times this season and gone, is it going to come? And then we haven't really dealt with it. We need to deal with it quickly, get the control back, and let's make sure we take the points.
From a Liverpool perspective, they've not played badly by any stretch of the imagination. When you say there's a reaction, you think there'll be a lot more of an intensity as we kick off the second half?
Well, you've heard the fans in that commentary position there, they're right on you, and they're getting really disappointed, disgruntled about the press, about the intensity of Liverpool. They want a bit of old school reaction, go and get tight, go and press, go and tackle, and then get forward as quickly as we can. So that tells you we've controlled the first half in a really good manner. But it's about scoring goals now. We just got to go and take the win. We can't go away today and go, we played really well, but we just didn't get over the line. We can't afford it. You just got to go and win it.
Yeah, I'd love to be a fly on the wall of either dressing room. We've got a big second half to come here at Anfield. We'll be back at full time. For now, let's head to the studio. I'm sure Natalie's feeling a little bit more chilled out. I'm not going to lie to you, but I mean, Mr. Michael Brown, you've got another marathon to run.
I've got to go. Oh, I'm back. You enjoy it, FG.
Oh,
you
don't
just
worry.
relax here, get a cup of tea, and
I'm going to head into the away section.
Look, I'm going already.
Right now, yeah. All the best, Brownie. Top man. If you can give us a run for the camera, yeah, we start jogging. Yeah, there he goes. See you back here at Anfield for full time.
Oh, he's still going. He's still going. Poor Michael Brown. We've really worked him there. He's not even going to have time for a drink or anything.
He was a little bit out of breath, though, wasn't he? He's losing it a bit. I've got to give him his due. I see him out running a hell of a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, he had that surgery as well not long ago.
Yeah,
so.
he's a fit boy. I just wave at him as I'm sitting with my glass of wine.
He's going to need that fitness to get all the way back up to the commentary box there. Thank you very much to FG and to Michael Brown. Now, we can see on the pitch at Anfield that Curtis Jones is warming up. There is reports that Szoboszlai hobbled off at half-time. Obviously, when we go back into the second half, Ali Man will update you. Szoboszlai off, if it is Szoboszlai off and Curtis Jones on, Paul, how do you think that's going to affect the game?
Probably a like for like. A midfielder going to the right back position. I think he's played there a couple of times before. Not his normal position. It did look as if Szoboszlai got quite a bad one just before half time. So we'll see. We'll see what it will do. It will still give us joy going down either flanks.
What do you want to see from City in the second half, Scott?
Pretty much what I've seen first half. Really, they've obviously got to maintain that possession and. Just have a little bit more control when they get in and around the final third. But I think we have got to be wary that Liverpool. I don't think Liverpool are going to be as bad as they were that first half. So that is obviously the one negative. But I think if we still have the courage to go and get on the ball and keep the ball, then I'm hoping it's going to be pretty much a similar scenario as the first half there.
I'm a little bit concerned. I agree with you. The Liverpool can't be. They've got to come out better than that. And obviously, we have a bad second half record in 2026. Those stats have been going round. I do not like them. Any nerves for you going in into the second half?
No, not really. I still think we've got a couple of gears that we can actually go up as well as we've played. I think especially in the final third. We've got players that can create. We've got players that can cause them problems. I don't think they look great defensively. And as well as we've played, I still think there's a couple of... Saying Liverpool are going to get better, I think we can still get better into the second half as well.
Love you, Paul Dickov. Always. And now, Scott, while we've got you, I wanted to have a quick chat to you about your trip to China. Because, of course, you went on Matchday Live on tour with Nedum and with Kel. How was it?
I really enjoyed it, to be fair. Obviously, it was the first time I'd been away with City and didn't quite know what to expect, but... Just to see everyone out there and the passion that they've got for the club is brilliant. And you know what, the people there they're just unbelievable. They're just so much passion, so much respect. It was brilliant and had a really good time.
Of course, Nedum goes on them all, so I'm sure he kept an arm around you and showed you what to do. Yeah, he was a good guide for me. So I've known Nedum for probably 20 plus years, so it's always better when you get on with someone. And like I said, we had a good time, and it was a good trip. How was Arkel? Because it was his first trip away as well. Yeah, that was first time I'd met him, and he's a top lad, and I think he seemed to enjoy it as well. I think he come in a little bit later than us, but there's the scenes from the Matchday Live against Wolves, and it was a good turnout, and I think they all seemed to enjoy it, and especially with the win. Yeah, you had a good result. You had a good result there as well. Yeah, which helps. Don't watch a big game with Kel, by the way. He's even worse than me. Have you watched a big game with Kel? Yeah, I know. Yeah. It's not. You're actually right. Yeah. Slightly. If possible. If possible. Slightly. Slightly. Yeah. So we're doing another Matchday Live on tour. I'll be going out to Oslo. So excited. Myself, Nedum and Shawnee Wright. I'm a little bit nervous because I hear Shawnee Wright really likes these trips. Yeah, he does. He'll look after you. You know that. Yeah, I know. He will. He's going to try and get me out after, isn't he? Definitely. That's why I've not been invited in this one. Really? Can't trust us together. We can only handle one of you party animals. So yeah, Matchday Live on tour is heading to Oslo. That is for the Leeds game. So that's in 3 weeks. That's only 3 weeks away. So we're heading out there, myself, Sean Wright-Phillips, Nedum and Nua, for the Leeds game for another Matchday Live on tour. Cannot wait for that one. I imagine the fans in Norway are crazy. They're fantastic. I've been out there a couple of times, and the supporters club is one of the craziest ones that are out there. In a good way. In a good way? Yeah, in a good way. Yeah. Well, very, very much looking forward to that. OK, so we're only a few minutes away now from the second half. You'll get your full second half commentary, of course, with Alistair Mann. And if Brownie's got back up to the top of them stairs, he'll be there as well. OK, Scott, they're coming out. Oh, last word from you, prediction for the second half. How's it going to go? I just want to see pretty much what we've seen first half, and if we can do that and clean up a little bit in the final third, then
hopefully we can sneak a couple of goals, 2-0.
OK, let's sneak a couple of goals. Yes, please. Scott, thank you so much. Paul, thank you very much. Right, over for a huge second half of football at Anfield. Hopefully City can keep this up, and we'll be back in 45 minutes talking about a big Anfield win. Thank you for watching Matchday Live. Right, back to Ali and hopefully Michael Brown.
Thanks, Nat. Just to update you, Szoboszlai has come out for Liverpool, so no change made at half-time. In that first half, City had 10 attempts, 3 on target, their joint most ever at Anfield in the Premier League era, and their XG was 7 times greater than that of Liverpool. But the fact is, it's 0-0, so that's the only statistic that really matters. It'll be Liverpool that get things underway, attacking the Kop end. We normally expect them to be a lot more dynamic when they are attacking that famous side of the ground. So City, I'm sure, will say to themselves, look, we managed to prevent Liverpool from having any decent attempt